Gloria,
Yes.
thank you so much for talking today. Let's focus on that bombshell leak from the Supreme Court. Were you shocked?
Well, I was shocked by the unprecedented leak of a draft opinion from the U.S. Supreme Court. We've never seen anything like this before. But more importantly, the shock was that there is a majority on the U.S. Supreme Court who is not just going to chip away at Roe v. Wade, the 1973 United States Supreme Court decision that found that women have a constitutional right to legal and safe abortions, at least at certain stages of their pregnancy. But instead, the majority is going to strike it down completely. And this, of course, is catastrophic, and it's dangerous to the lives and the health of women.
And Gloria, I wonder, actually, when I saw the leak, I wondered whether it had been leaked because someone wanted it out there in order to try and stoke up enough resistance that the leaked document might get changed. To explain it to our viewers, is this the end of the constitutional protection for abortion, perhaps forever? Or do you think that the leaked document, given the reaction in the US, might get changed?
I think it's highly unlikely that the decision of the majority will change. It's possible. Is it probable? Not likely. So we have to prepare for the day when we lose the constitutional right to choose abortion, and remembering the victims who are going to be most at risk. And those are young women. Those are poor women. Those are women of color. Those are women who are rural women. And those women are most vulnerable, those four categories, because often they don't have the money to travel to another state in the United States, like California, where I am now, New York, some other states, haven states, where abortion will remain legal because we are pro-choice states. And so they don't have money to put gasoline in their car, if they even have a car, or to buy a train ticket or a bus ticket. They don't have money for childcare to take care of their other children while they travel to get an abortion. So this is mandatory motherhood. This is deciding that a fertilized egg has more rights than an adult woman. And that is dangerous. It is wrong. Even teenagers who get pregnant, Beth, and have their parents consent to get an abortion. In some of these states, they won't be able to get it. In some of these states, they're even outlawing medication abortions, meaning taking a pill in your own home to self-induce an abortion, which is important because half of all abortions in the United States are medication abortions. And they're often, to get the pill in the mail, they have to have a consultation with a doctor online, telemedicine, and many states are outlawing that.
That's what's at stake. Can Congress simply, where do you go from here? Can Congress simply legislate to replicate that constitutional protection for women? Is that an option?
Yes, Beth, and that's what the president meant when he said it could be codified. The Women's Health Protection Act has already been passed by the House of Representatives, but we all know it's unlikely to even be voted on by the United States Senate because they will filibuster, keep talking, and not allow a vote because many of the anti-choice politicians are cowards and they don't want people to know that they'll vote against the Women's Health Protection Act. And so we have to fight. You know, who knows? Maybe we're going to have to add justices to the U.S. Supreme Court. You know, we're going to have to also fight state by state.
I wanted to talk to you about your story, actually, because this is personal for you, isn't it? You were one of those women, and now you're very, very frightened about this happening to other women. Can you briefly tell us your story?
I'm more than frightened. I'm angry. I'm fired up, and I'm ready to go to fight, to battle. And I will be speaking at the LA City Hall rally on May 14th. And there are going to be rallies all over this country, pro-choice rallies in every state on that date. yes, it is personal for me because I had to pay someone who was not licensed to perform abortions after I was raped at gunpoint in Mexico when I was on vacation there and returned to California when I was in my 20s and before Roe v. Wade made abortion safe and legal. And then I had to have an ambulance called, be taken to the hospital with 106-degree fever, packed in ice. And that's where a nurse said to me, "I hope this teaches you a lesson," meaning she was anti-choice. It did teach me a lesson, but the lesson was that abortion must be safe and legal and affordable and available. And that is why I have been fighting for pro-choice laws and to preserve Roe v. Wade for all of my professional life, 47 years in law practice, and even before that. And we must protect, because women will die and will be maimed by illegal abortion or be compelled to take pregnancies to term when they're not ready and able to support a child that may be born. So this is a dangerous time, and we must fight back.
And just to pick up something you said, you said that one option would be to add justices to the Supreme Court. Is that something that President Biden could try to do? How would that work?
Well, you know, that's an option. It's a very difficult one. It's a very controversial one. But, you know, these are extreme times, and we know that. And so, you know, I mean, how extreme does it get? How extreme more does it get? When in some states, they're even requiring rape victims, children who are victims of incest, to give birth and not be able to get an abortion. So, you know, we're going to explore all options. All options are going to be on the table. Yes, this is radical, as the president has said, and it is radicalizing women and girls in this nation in the way it never has before. So get ready. We're going to be exploring all options. It's not going to be just an academic task. We are going to take to the streets. We are going to take to the courts. We are going to go in the court of public opinion, and we are going to do everything that is legal and not necessarily peaceful to win our rights. And we are going to get out the vote in every election now, and we are going to vote because our lives depend on it. And that is why we will.
And Gloria, just Roe versus Wade, it seemed permanent. I remember studying it at school. It was past 49 years ago when you were just a young woman. Did you ever, because I don't think I did you ever imagine it might be overturned? And do you see this as a colossal failure of the American left, of the women's movement? You must feel quite angry at your country at the moment, do you?
Well, all I can say is the anti-choice forces have not stopped since Roe v. Wade in challenging it. They have filed many lawsuits, some of which have gone to the Supreme Court and in every state. So they have been fighting, they have been chipping away, and now it's the ultimate time for them. They are people celebrating that they get to control women and their choices and their lives. But we are going to show them that we have, the determination and the persistence. We will resist, we will persist, and we will insist that women's rights be respected. And I believe that we will win. It will be a battle, but we expect to and intend to win this war against women.
Thank you so much, Gloria. I really appreciated your time. Thank you. Thanks for coming on the show.
Anytime.